Good evening, Arsenal and England fans. Neom is here. I thought I'd give my final kind of 2 cents on the England game, Andorra versus England. Well, I gotta say, it wasn't much of a game. It was an England dominance. The real quality of England just showed through the amount of talent that was there tonight. And you know, when I do these videos on England, generally, unless there is a bunch of Arsenal players playing, which for Arsenal over the last 5 or 6 years there haven't been much Arsenal players that have played for England. I think probably was the last crop was the likes of Wilshere and Walcott, those, but since then not much. But now we've got the likes of Saka here, who scored in today's game. I put out a quick video after he scored the goal, which I thought was taken very well. Great pass from Phil Foden for that. And right now, you got such a group of talented England players, and even others that probably deserve a chance in this England side. I mean, I've seen on Twitter people talking about Emil Smith Rowe being somebody that we should have also been trying to get into this England squad. I would have said that if this was any other time during history, Emil Smith Rowe probably would have been in the squad at least. But with the amount of crop of England players that there is right now, I just don't see how Emil Smith Rowe gets in the squad as of yet. Maybe in another 2 to 3 years' time, when he refines his game, whereby he can really show through bona fide goals and assists, what he can do in key passes, what he can do for an England squad, like what I think he could do for Arsenal. Then I think that there's a chance that he might get a chance in this England squad. But at the moment, I just don't see it. But what I thought what was done here well today was you saw great passing, great creativity from two players in particular. I wanted to talk about Jadon Sancho and Phil Foden. Phil Foden, I think we all know what he can do. I've said this previously before that he is an absolute baller. I'd love to have him at Arsenal. It's never going to happen now that Pep's given him a lot more chances. He's scoring goals, he's creating chances, drifting from right and left. And you would have thought, even though he's grossly one-footed, it doesn't really affect his game much. And that's just because he knows his weaknesses and he plays in a way to increase his strengths and to be able to hide a lot of his weaknesses. So you hardly ever see it. So I want to say great game from Phil Foden there. He is England's future talisman. I'm not. This isn't my opinion. It's just based from everything that I've heard and seen in regards of how the whole England setup is. Another player that I got to talk about, Jadon Sancho, brilliant today. I mean, just the trickery, the giving. I mean, this is Jadon Sancho from the Bundesliga, bringing it into the international stage with England, playing incredibly well. I gotta say, love what he was doing there. And again, he's another player I'd love to have at Arsenal, but I know it's not meant to be. But really being a driving force and trying to create a lot of chances there overall. So I really like what he did today. And then someone like Tammy Abraham, who I know was recently linked with Arsenal before going to Roma as well, scoring his first goal for England. So I'm liking that. Sorry, not his first goal for England. Jack Grealish scoring his first goal for England, but Tammy scoring a nice goal for England today. Really getting back into the fold of the whole England setup. So I'm liking what I saw today from him. But I just want to say, in regards to kind of Bukayo Saka, before I go, it's that really solid game. Glad there wasn't any injuries because before the international break, there was talks on a bit of a hamstring issue. So glad to see that he basically played the whole game. Thought he would have come off a lot sooner. For maybe like a Grealish, I thought Grealish would have replaced him, but I think it's one of those whereby I could tell he's one of Gareth Southgate's favourites. I think that they love him. The fans really like him, especially. I think a lot of fans feel sorry for him with all the racist abuse that that he received at the end of the Euros, him, Rashford, and Sancho, and I'm never gonna let any of that go. And I want to make that absolutely clear that that's not something that we should forget, and it should be a reminder that racism is still in the world. But nevertheless, great performance from Bukayo Saka. Love the fact that he's scoring goals for England. Would love for him to kind of pick up speed on the Arsenal front in terms of picking up goals. I prove a lot of people wrong. I know he isn't the most clinical player, and I do think that he is more of a creator than a goal scorer. But I do like what I see from him. I love the fact that he's getting more goals, and I know that this is going to be just one of many goals coming up if he continues on the positive trajectory that he has shown, not just with England but also with Arsenal. So, great performance from England. I'm not a big fan of international football, but I do have to say that they performed very well. I mean, England's B team, in a way, performed nicely. Gave a lot of the kind of the traditional senior players a lot of rest, and to be honest, I would say that they almost didn't even really need them. To be honest, so well done to them. Well done to Jack Wilsh. Wilshere. God, Jack Grealish. I'm so I've got Arsenal on the mind. Jack Grealish for scoring his first England goal. I thought that was really nice, and Sam Johnston with the assist on that one. You always gotta say you love it when goalies get the assist for the goals. Overall, so well done to him for that, and I hope there'll be many more. I expect England to qualify for the World Cup. This should be a piss easy qualification for England. Now the expectation is quarterfinals minimum, which is what everybody wanted. So you have to say that Southgate's got to get to the quarterfinals, and then anything after that is absolute gravy. So I look forward to seeing the future England games. I look forward to seeing Bukayo Saka score more goals for England, and hopefully, you never know, my Arsenal fans. Maybe, just maybe, you might see more Arsenal players get a chance into that England squad. I know that Ben White's been in there before. I know Ramsdale was on the bench, but who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we can get more English players in that, more Arsenal players in that starting lineup. But let's see what happens. Leave your comments below on your thoughts on the England game. What do you think about Saka? As this is an Arsenal channel, so I expect to hear some comments about Saka. But you know what? Even if you're not an Arsenal fan, leave your comments on what do you think of the likes of Tammy Abraham. If you're a Roma fan, if you're a Man City fan, what do you think of Grealish? And so on and so forth. Even Phil Foden, I thought he was incredible today, and Jadon Sancho as well, who hasn't had a great time at Man United. I've got some comments in and around that, but yeah, guys like him needed this game tonight. So well done to Jadon Sancho for that, and I wish all of them the very best. But yeah, once again, leave your comments below. Do remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, especially if you're an Arsenal fan. If not, and if you just like just hearing just general football news, or if you want to occasionally hear me go off on Arsenal and Arteta for not doing the right things, then do hit the subscribe button. And I will see you all on my next video, which should be a link in the description below.